From beautiful beaches along the Baltic Sea in the north to the giant mountains in the south, Poland is a beautiful country in Central Europe that you should not miss visiting. It is a top preference for the tourists considering the low-cost airlines and coach connections compared to the rest of Europe. Here are the top 10 amazing places to visit in Poland. Only on Travelly Global, where we enhance your traveling experience. Number 10. Bilecika Salt Mine. Visiting a salt mine would sound of less interesting on vacation, but don't dare skip this, our touristic wonder, in your Poland visit. The 13th century mine stopped working after 1996. Then it became home to our 4 chapels, corridors, statues, and lots of lavish furniture, all carved out of the rock salt walls. Experience life in the salt mine. Explore chambers deep beneath the ground as deep as 327 meters in this mine. Visit a lake inside that is said to be saltier than dead. Honestly, I wouldn't dare taste it. Number 9. Warsaw Old Town Marketplace. Embrace the architecture and medieval culture throughout this beautiful city of Warsaw. The mix of Germanic, Scandinavic, Baltic, and Slavic influence in the Polish culture are the reasons behind the gorgeous structures in the Warsaw. The Old Town Square, being built in the post-war era after getting heavily damaged, is a project of sheer ambition. No doubt is one of the first urban UNESCO World Heritage Sites, as they built the city square as it was in the 13th century with only 10% remnants from the demolition in war. Number 8. Malbork Castle. A must-visit site in Poland, the Malbork Castle, the largest castle in the world by land area, is now converted into a massive museum with completely preserved 14th century rooms. From the original castle and a kitchen with 6-meter-long fireplace, and a collection of numerous historic things. With the knights at the top of the tower is a place that needs a day to explore. Built by the army of Teutonic Knights, this castle still stands strong within its high walls and daunting gatehouses. Number 7. Lasnik Park. King Stanislaw August summer residence, now known as Lasnik Park, in which the classiest architecture is harmoniously blended with its natural surroundings, featuring fabulous gardens. It covers 76 hectares of a city center, making it one of Poland's largest urban parks. A classic theater aisle stage, where you can attend live shows, and a number of smaller palaces and structures that now serve as museums or galleries. And even a classic temple dedicated to the goddess Diana are set in the gardens. Number 6. Crook Forest. Witness a natural marvel, with a calm yet confusing scenery located just outside the tiny town of Gryfino. Although the Crooked Forest doesn't have any natural explanation for its trunk-bent pines, many prefer to declare it as artificial manipulation, done in the years when it was planted. Originally planted in the 1930s, a number of pine trees, standing on their own with a 90-degree angle at their base, all bent northward, are said to have gotten this shape after 10 years of being planted. Besides that, it is a tranquil and adorable place to visit. Number 5. Warsaw Rising Museum. Learn about Renaissance. Learn about freedom. Learn about the uprising of the Polish underground Renaissance at the Warsaw Rising Museum. The museum is dedicated to the 1944's Warsaw Uprising, where Polish civilians fought the German occupant of their city. The 63-day battle, with massive casualties on both sides, was a massive effort by a poorly equipped and barely armed group of civilians trying to defeat the enemy. And the museum has done a remarkable job of bringing that spirit to life. It showcases films, artifacts, recreations, and interactive displays, including replicas of the sewer tunnels used to move around the city in the secret, an insurgent hospital, and a print shop where you can see posters and underground newspapers. Number 4. Wawel Royal Castle. One of the first places to be declared UNESCO World Heritage Site in Poland. An important part of the history of the country, Wawel is an architecturally multifarious castle. The architecture consists of medieval elements, mixed with the Baroque and Renaissance details. King Zygmunt I the Old, who lived in the castle in the 16th century, was an avid collector of art. It makes sense that the castle is now an important art museum, focused mainly on paintings and curatorial work, with some weapons, armors, ceramics, and furniture. The museum also an unusually large collection of Ottoman tents, the largest of its kind in Europe. Morskie Oko Lake, Tantra National Park. The natural beauty is located deep within the Tantra Natural Park and surrounded by towering mountains and Swiss pines. Also, it's considerably close to the ski town of Zakopane. The lake changes color throughout the year, transforming from a deep shade of blue to a softer turquoise hue. The park extends through both Poland and Slovakia. In Poland, it's home to over 600 caves, snow-covered peaks, and a number of waterfalls, including the 70-meter tall Wielkie Sawala. Most of the park is hikeable, with over 270 kilometers of trails of all lengths and difficulties. Number 2. Zilipi Village. A village apart from being calm and refreshing, has homes hand-painted with adorable flowers. The gorgeous homes are a result of a 100-year-old tradition. The House of Women Painters is the biggest attraction of the town, and is now converted into a folk museum. The museum showcases the history of tradition, and even you can try your hand at painting flowers. Number 1. Krakow. Built back in the 7th century, it's one of the oldest cities in Poland. The Wawel Castle and their historic district, Kazimir, are designated as a UNESCO World Heritage Sites, with over 28 museums, 40 parks, and one of the world's oldest functioning salt mines, Wieliczka. This place should be on the top of your list. So where do you want to go first? Let us know in the comments. Make sure you drop a like if you found the video useful, and subscribe to Travelry Global for more awesome videos. See you in the next one.